What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new here, hi if you're not. Welcome to day 10 of the 12 days of Coachmas. I'm so excited to get into today's video. A little bit of a disclaimer. I'm actually filming this video in Ecamm, which is not how I would normally film any kind of reaction content, but I wanted to experiment with something a little bit different just to kind of see how it turns out. So let me know your thoughts in the comments once we get to the end of the video, whether you like this format or if you even noticed a difference at all. Anyway, today we're going to be reacting to another coach probably bragging about how they made $1 million in 30 seconds. Just kidding, I have no idea. I do know for a fact though that this particular coach has been featured in other content on my channel. I believe I might have featured her in the copy paste video that I did on day 1. I believe it'll be over here. If you haven't watched that video, I would recommend you go ahead and do so because it paints a pretty interesting picture about how so many of these coaches are just blindly following whatever their upline, grandma coach, mother coach, whatever you want to call them, whatever their almighty leader is telling them to do. So all that aside, let's go ahead, jump right into the video. I want to give a quick shout out to my channel VIP members, as well as my 2 billionaire tier members, Gym Lessons and Reaction Therapy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of the rest of my channel members, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, click the button down below. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
We're doing an impromptu live from Costa Rica. Oh. I am sitting outside. We're about to do like 3 hours of business planning for 2024, but I just like felt the need to like talk to you guys about things because I think it's so easy to watch Instagram stories and watch the retreat and hi Melanie and see all of, and you guys know I always keep it real with you. Hi Sarah. And see like the villa and the view and everything, and it's so incredible and it's crazy. Like I was talking to Bridget and Jen, who's also here on the retreat, and I was like, my life looks wildly different in 12 months. And I think I keep saying this, especially to you guys in my free community, like this, where I am now, has not been met without extreme challenges, without extreme resistance. And I don't say that to like scare you. I say that to remind you that like the resistance is the real you, that every single challenge that you have, every single doubt, every single hiccup that happens in business is meant for you. And I think, again, I just want to keep drilling this into everybody's mind. Like, I did not get here $106,000 sales month in November, a $47,000 cash month in November. I didn't get here by not feeling and going through challenges and resistance in personal life and business. Like, I have grown so much in 5.5 months. I have grown so much in this, like 2023 really was like my year. I really want to say that because I've just experienced so much growth, and yes, I needed to hear that. So I want you guys to remember that if you are experiencing resistance, challenge, discomfort, a lot of my clients right now are raising the standard on who they want to work with, the level of clients they want to allow into their memberships, into their close proximity. And with that comes discomfort, because what got you here will not get you there. And so many people conceptually understand that, but then when the resistance comes up, when you're like, shit, what do I post for the content? Or, ooh, I'm feeling the resistance. And it's like, you're walking on the edge. I want you to fucking dive in. I want you to run headfirst into the resistance, into the challenge, into the discomfort, because that is where I've gotten to in my business. Is the last year, I would say, from like the beginning of this year, I really committed to growth. And I would say in June of this year, I really committed to, and it sounds so cheesy, but I committed to feeling the entire journey. And Miss Ma'am, some of you have probably set incredible goals in your business, but you only want to feel the good. You only want to feel the sales. You only want to feel when people reach out and DM you.
So be delusional. If the reason why you're feeling resistance is because you don't have the qualifications to, I don't know, charge someone a certain price or to show up and sell a particular offer, be delusional and you will be successful, even though you feel the resistance, because you probably shouldn't be charging that money.
You're not willing to sit and feel the discomfort. And that is where the growth is. That is where you get it. That's where things click more. And so many people have asked me, what was the strategy that got you from here to there? And it's, again, like when you get here, you get it. But the strategy was me. The strategy was me reminding myself of who the fuck I am.
Here's the thing. There is no strategy because they're not actually selling anything. any of these coaches of like this particular nature are selling you on hopes and dreams that you're also going to make whatever she said, $106,000, $47,000 cash in a month. There's no strategy to get there because they're not actually selling, you know, a particular solution or a particular framework. They're literally selling you on a dream that you're going to have the same success. And therefore, I can't tell you what the strategy is because you just got to copy my marketing, make your Instagram look exactly like mine, talk about the same massive flashy income claims, and people will buy from you too. Okay? Okay.
Strategy was reminding myself of like, I have my own back, of I keep my word to myself. And in June of 2023, this year, when I said, I'm coming for 100K sales month, I went for it. And I went all in. And I know it's crazy that we're December 1st. It doesn't feel like it because I'm in like tropical islands, but I want you to put your foot on the gas even more, going after the life that you want. And I want you to allow yourself to feel what it is that you really want, because I'm not someone personally that's very materialistic, and for so long I allowed myself to just stay small. Well, I don't need a lot of money because I don't like spending money on things, and it's everything that I've built, and like the money that comes in, the money's a byproduct of who I've become, and the money's also a byproduct of how much fun I'm having. The journey to when I jumped from kind of 20K to 100K months, it's been like the time of my life. Like I've been having so much fun, and I didn't do any more work. I wasn't hustling anymore. Like I lived my life more. I just came more in tune with who I am. And
I don't buy for a second that her or people like her aren't motivated by money, because if money wasn't your motivation, why would you care about making a 20K month or making an 100K month? I think from my own experience as an entrepreneur, I genuinely am not someone that's motivated by money. I want to make enough money to pay my bills, maybe have a little bit extra, but the appeal of, you know, a 50K month, 100K month has never been my motivation, which is why I have never worked towards that thing. I just find it kind of ironic that she would say, I'm not motivated by money, but then is making this whole video about how she went from making $20,000 a month to $100,000 a month. Because if money wasn't the motivation, then why would we be focusing on how much money we're making versus some other kind of marker of whatever our version of success truly is, whether that's client transformation, the ability to work maybe part-time hours, like whatever that looks like, versus leading with the money. Again, it's because the money helps to sell the dream. Therefore, the money is the motivation, in my opinion.
And I talked about this on Wednesday, if you're in my free community, of the narrative. What is the story you're telling yourself that's keeping yourself where you are? What if, and I remember this time last year, I actually was kind of like mid-November of last year, I started telling myself a new story. Despite the evidence in the 3D reality, I was like, no, this is what I want. This is where I'm going. And in 12 months, I feel like I'm a whole new person. I've like been born all over again. And I just think so many people need to realize that all of this, the beauty and the glitz and the glamour and the villa, comes through the resistance. And I think so many of you, somebody needs to be reminded of that, is that's part of the journey. And you can't have the highs without feeling the lows, and not making the lows mean anything bad. It's part of the journey. And now when I have resistance, when I have challenges, I'm like, fuck, game on. This means I'm on the edge. This means I'm right here. And so if you're experiencing any sort of resistance, any sort of challenge, any sort of like mind shit that's going on where you're just like, I'm scared, or like these feelings, like that is the growth. That means you're there. If you weren't experiencing discomfort, you would still be in the same.
This really feeds into the common narrative we see of like,
if you're feeling fear about making this investment, it's because you need to make the investment because your life that you desire is on the other side of your fears.
Which, again, not a narrative I buy into. If it works for you, great. But I think that in situations like this, it becomes highly manipulative.
You would still be the same person. So anytime I feel resistance, and I felt this in kind of September, October, for me personally with my content, I was like, I'm bored of my content. I need to elevate it, but it was uncomfortable. I was like, well, what I'm posting now isn't going to keep working to get me to that next level. And I had to sit in this, shit, what do I want to say? Like, where am I going? I don't know what that looks like, but it was just, let me sit with it. Let me lean into it. Let me stop doing shiny strategy syndrome. Let me be like, what's this girl? It's like, doesn't matter. I really want you to put blinders on. Like, literally blinders on. Trisha Court, after we talked yesterday.
This is actually not bad advice. I will give her credit for this one. This is something that I kind of started to do earlier this year, was go ahead and mute other creators that were like triggering my insecurities, not out of like hate for them or to discredit the work that they're doing, but more so the comparison of constantly looking at other people who are doing the things you want to be doing or who are doing the same things that you're already doing. It can be really triggering. And so to be able to kind of detach yourself from what everyone else is up to and just focus on your own shit, I will give that to her. Great advice.
I realize I have lots of stories, not just in business. Yes. And there's so much. I really believe that who you are as a person in business, it's one and the same. Like it's integrated. It's not my business is here, but who I really am is over here. It's like one. You are like one with your business. But now when I look at challenges, it's really like, it's that game on mentality. It's like, let me dive head first. And I was saying this yesterday, like the last, I would say 3 to 4 months have been like, it's the duality is, can you hold the highs and the lows and not let things dip down? And I used to be that person where it was like anytime there was a challenge, it was like foot off the gas, foot off the gas, foot off the gas, and then it was just like the stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Rachel's the launch queen. Go follow her. My TikTok coach, yes, Rachel. So Rachel, actually, we'll have a little check now she's here. When I talk about you guys this time last year, when I was like declaring 20K months, that was me and Rachel doing that together. And that's another thing too, is like mentorship, like really being in the room with people that normalize what it is that you want. And I've always been in mentorship, and I've always been with people that push me, that stretch me, that make me realize like who I really am. So I don't know. I just wanted to
go and watch the video I did. I don't know if it was Coachmas day 6 or 7, somewhere around there. And essentially it centers around this idea of like, do we constantly need mentorship? Yes or no? I think in the coaching industry specifically, there is a never-ending amount of pressure to continuously have a mentor that is encouraging you and leading you to your next level self, when, in my opinion, this is just like cult indoctrination 101. The more you can stay inside the environment in which we can control the way you think, the way you act, the less likely you are to recognize that maybe everything isn't exactly what it seems. And so it kind of makes me sad, honestly, when I see people like this, because I know that this person is not at the top of the pyramid. She is paying a lot of money to work with her mentor. And it's kind of disheartening to see someone like so deeply entrenched in this industry, blinded by the dream, blinded by the 100K months, and unable to see that they're not really doing anything productive. I think that's the part that kind of irritates me the most, is sitting here, even giving this live video, this motivational talk, keep your foot on the gas, da 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 da. Okay, but what are we actually building? What are we creating? What are we teaching people to do other than to be delusional and charge people absurd amounts of money for our services? I don't know. Not the vibe for me.
come on it and share that, because I was just having this moment here where I was just like, while you guys see this entire weekend, and we had the private chef, and we had we had a fashion designer that did like a private fitting on us, and I'm so excited to show you guys my outfit. I don't know what's happening here. I just want you to remember that this has been two sides of the coin. This has been the highs, this has been the lows, but the most important part that I want you to hear is learning how to hold both. Learning how to hold the discomfort, learning how to hold the growing pains. And so many of you are feeling growth and discomfort because you're breaking out of your shell, and I want you to just keep pushing through. I want you to keep feeling the resistance and remind yourself that is a sign of growth. That's not a sign to slow down.
And pay me $10,000 and I'll be your cheerleader to keep you growing.
And it takes time. Like, I really had to retrain my brain and my thought patterns that growth and resistance and discomfort means I'm there. And so many people back off, and it's just like, I'm like running I'm like Usain Bolt. I'm like, give it to me. Like,
sometimes growth and discomfort and fear are actually warning signs that we should evaluate why we're feeling that way and maybe acknowledge the red flags and not join a pyramid scheme.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se.
This is just a sign of growth. So I want you guys to just look at what you want for the rest of this year and just literally foot on the gas and go bigger. Think so much more. Oh, sorry, it's really windy. I hope you guys can hear me. I
really just can't get over the fact that she's not saying anything foot on the gas, dream bigger. How many more platitudes can I yell into this video so you feel motivated and you buy my shit?
Much more outside of the box of what you can do, raise the standard on really who you are, and just, it's crazy. Like this time last year, I would have, this person, yeah, I would have just, I wouldn't have been able to recognize my life, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and share that. So yeah, I hope you all are having an amazing Friday. It's so windy here. We're gonna go plan some 2024 business shit. We have so much in the works for 2024, like a massive event of like 500 people. So I'm so excited. So just wanted to pop on. I may do some random lives and just pop on and share this experience with you. Let's fucking grow. Yeah, let's go. And it's just like, I keep reminding myself and my clients, like, you're responsible for your life. You're the one in the driver's seat. You're the one who's driving the car. You can change the GPS to any different destination that you want. Like, you're not stuck. You're just change the GPS, change the direction, put yourself back in the driver's seat. Because the more I remind myself that I'm responsible for my life, the more I just realize that everything is truly in my control.
And the less I recognize the privilege I have that allows me to be in control of my life. Speaking from someone who's also incredibly privileged, and like I have had the opportunity to make a lot of choices in my life, but I also recognize that a lot of other people don't have that same privilege. Just saying.
Brittany, I have to watch your video that you sent me. All right, I'm gonna go plan some wild, crazy shit for you guys for the end of 2023 and 2024. I love you all, and this is so true. It's freaking hard, but you are responsible in your own life. Yeah, and that was like the hardest, but the best, most freeing thing that I ever did for myself. Because as long as you're thinking it's everybody else's fault, you're never in control. Everything always feels out of control until you realize I'm in the driver's seat. I am where I am because of me and no one else, and that's the most painful but liberating thing that you will ever do for yourself in life and in business. All right, I love you all.
Okay, I cut the video there because she's just promoting her program at the end. Apologize for the wind. That was really annoying. Bonus tip for anyone who creates content: if you're filming content outside, either invest in a wireless microphone, especially if you're a millionaire, or simply put the phone behind some sort of like a wall, film it in a corner, somewhere where it's blocking the microphone from the wind. Just advice. You could even use your hand to like cup the microphone. Just saying. Anyways, all that aside, I think that this particular video, this particular individual is merely just an example of the same nonsensical platitudes that we see shared over and over and over again in the coaching industry.
You are responsible for your reality. If you don't like your life, it's your fault. Pay me all your money and you can learn how to become a millionaire like me. But we're not actually building a real business where we're selling anything. We're just basically perpetuating and sharing this dream lifestyle that you can then pay me to learn, but then your money that you're paying me is just funding my lifestyle, and then you have to go out and find other people, convince them to pay you so that you can fund your own lifestyle.
And it's just a giant pyramid of people learning and teaching nothing, in my opinion, of course. That's going to be it for Coachmas Day 10. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the entire playlist. I'll be back tomorrow with Coachmas Day 11. We're getting close to the end. And in case you missed yesterday's video, I will leave it right here on the screen. Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!